You gotta believe in you, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. If you don't believe in you, who else gonna do it? Oh, all right. You think it's stuff just gonna fall out of the sky for you. If you ain't believing for it, it ain't. It don't fall out of the sky anyway. Faith without works is dead. We walk by faith and not by sight. But although you're walking by faith, that don't mean it's just gonna fall in your lap. No, walk by faith, work at it, okay, while you wait. And then it might fall out of the sky. No, seriously, it'll happen for you. But you gotta believe. Okay, you gotta believe in you. You gotta believe that you can do it. Stop doubting yourself. Why are you doubting yourself? Because everybody else doubting yourself. You your own enemy. We are our own enemies. We are our own distractions. Okay, we hold ourselves back. We allow the enemy to get in our heads and tell us these lies. We start believing it. No, baby. Tell the enemy that you are a lie. Devil, you are a liar. Because I think he be forgetting sometimes. You forgot that you was a liar? Baby, you are a liar. And I send you back to the pits of hell where you came from. Stop trying to invade my privacy. Get out my face. You got to talk to the devil just like that. He don't be playing with you. So why you playing with him? Get gone. Be gone. Bye-bye. Be gone. All right. Y'all, like... if you're not believing in you, anybody could come in your life and tell you who you are and you'll believe it. They could call you everything but a child of God. You gonna believe it. And you gonna let it tell you down. Because in the back of your mind, you know that's not who you are. But you like, maybe that is who I am. And you all confused. But you gotta know your worth. You gotta know your worth. You gotta know who you truly are. Okay, you gotta know who it is that you're becoming, who God created you to be. Baby, find your identity through Christ. That's your true identity. Your identity is not the person you were raised to be. Okay, your identity is not the person that toxic man or woman in that abusive relationship told you you are. That's not you. That's not who you are. Ask God who you are. God, show me me. Show me who I truly am. Show me the vision that you have for my life. Show me who you created me to be. Give me the vision that you have for my life. And He's going to start showing you. But the enemy going to be telling you, no, that ain't you. You can't do that. Oh, who are you to try to do that? You can't do that. But God going to show you more and more. The more you ask Him, the more He going to show you. He going to show you more and more. And when He starts to show you, you need to write it down. You need to hold on to that. All right? And become that. Don't just hold on to it. What I said, faith without works is dead. All right? Don't just hold on to it. And, have faith that, I'm going to become that. But you ain't putting the work in to become that. Baby, to become that person that God created you to be, it takes self-development work. It takes healing that inner child. Okay? Going in and sweeping things from up under that rug, addressing them things that you swept under that rug over the years. Addressing that stuff, unpacking, unlearning, okay? Reparenting yourself. In order to become who God created you to be, that's what has to happen. It ain't gonna just happen overnight. Okay? So you gotta put in the work to become that. But you gotta believe that you can become that first and foremost. So believe in you. Because you are all that in a bag of chips. Period. And see yourself as that. Don't let nobody tell you different. See yourself as who God created you to be. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. If anybody trying to tell you otherwise, baby, they get cut off. You don't gotta explain who it is that you are, because who you're becoming, when you start to become that person, it's gonna show. Your character is gonna show. Your integrity is gonna show. Your who you truly are is gonna show, and people are gonna see that. People not gonna see who that abusive man said you were. People ain't gonna see that person. People ain't gonna see who you were raised to be. They're not gonna see that person. They're gonna be like, oh, that's who she is. Oh. People who talked about you, who smeared your name, who did you dirty in the past, they don't know who you are. They don't know who you are. Because when you dealt with them, you didn't even know who you were. You didn't even know who you were. But when you know who you are, when you know your worth, when you believe in you, you won't settle for just anybody. You won't settle for nobody who don't know who you are. You won't settle for nobody who can't see you as the person that God created you to be. You won't settle for that. Because you have boundaries. You know your worth. You're not going to settle. You know, it ain't going to settle. I promise you're not going to settle. You're not going to tolerate that. You only want to deal with people who know their worth. So you got to start believing in you, or else nobody else will. Nobody else ain't gonna believe in you. How you expect somebody to believe in you if you don't? How you expect somebody to cheer you on and you don't cheer you on? Celebrate you and you don't celebrate you. Value you and you don't value you. Take care of you and you don't take care of you. Love you and you don't love you. You can't expect nothing out of nobody that you don't already give yourself. You can't do that. That's unfair. Because now that person got to give more than they can give you. They got to try hard to give you something. Because if you're lacking in a certain area, that means that you have a void. It's like a cup with a hole at the bottom. So if you're lacking self-love, right, you don't love yourself, and then you want somebody else to love you. When you're lacking, there's a hole inside of you, like a hole in the bottom of the cup. Think of a cup with a hole in the bottom. Somebody's trying to pour love into you. It's never going to be enough. They're always going to find themselves overworking or doing the most to please you, to make you see that they actually love you. Because you're leaking. You have a leak. You got a hole. You have to plug that hole with the love of God. Seek God. Seek God so he can show you how to love yourself. And he's going to give you love. Everything that he pours into you, you get to give to somebody else. Now you're not forcing your love on that person. You're not forcing anything because God has filled you in those voided areas in your life. You don't have holes in your cup no more when you have God. Nobody is overworking themselves trying to love you, feeling like whatever they give you ain't enough. Love yourself. Value you. Take care of you. Because when somebody comes into your life that you want to love you, they'll be able to love you effortlessly. You won't feel like a burden to them. They'll be able to love you with the love of God. They won't be pouring into an empty cup. Pouring into a cup with a hole at the bottom. So love you. Believe in you. Give yourself everything that you desire to have, to receive from somebody else. Give it to yourself first. Because when you're bruised, when you're hurt, when you're empty, when you're voided, now somebody else got to work extra hard to try to give you what it is that you're lacking. Give it to yourself so that you don't hurt somebody else in the process. So that you don't hurt somebody else unknowingly. Love you and take care of you and stop depending on somebody else to give it to you. Stop depending on somebody else to love you when you don't even love you. Stop depending on somebody to value you when you don't value you. To respect you when you don't respect you. To know your worth when you don't even know your worth. To know who you are and you don't even know who you are. To treat you with respect, but you don't have no kind of self-respect. Baby, it starts in here. You got to give it to you first. I don't know. You got to believe in you. Nobody else will. I love you.